I'm appalled at the dangers young people face on the streets and how vulnerable they are to exploitation.
The centre gateway of Admiralty Arch, rides Lady Diana.
On July 1st, 2026, there were no grand ceremonies, no carefully staged palace tribute, no emotional public address from the royal family. Yet one of the most powerful moments of the day reportedly came from the person who had the greatest reason to remember. Princess Diana, her eldest son, Prince William. As Diana would have celebrated her 65th birthday, William is reported to have chosen something deeply personal over something public. There were no cameras, no headlines, and no royal spectacle. Instead, according to reports, he spent the day honoring his mother's memory in a way that reflected the values she spent her life teaching him. This is not simply another royal story. It is the story of a son who has spent nearly 3 decades carrying unimaginable grief while living under constant public scrutiny. And it is the story of a father determined to ensure that his own children know the grandmother they never had the chance to meet. More importantly, it quietly raises a question that has followed the monarchy for years. Who now shapes Princess Diana's legacy? Is it the institution she once transformed, or has that responsibility finally passed to the son she left behind? To understand why this birthday carried such emotional weight, we have to remember who Diana was. Born on July 1, 1961, Diana, Princess of Wales, became one of the most beloved figures in modern history. Her compassion changed the public's expectations of the monarchy. She embraced people living with AIDS when fear and stigma were widespread, walked through a former minefield to highlight humanitarian causes, and introduced her sons to homeless shelters and hospitals so they would understand life beyond palace walls. Everything changed on August 31, 1997, when Diana died at just 36 years old. Prince William was only 15. The image of William and Harry walking behind their mother's coffin remains one of the most heartbreaking moments in royal history. Years later, William reflected that no child should ever have to experience grief so publicly. Perhaps that is why privacy has become such an important part of how he remembers his mother today. According to royal reports, William chose to mark Diana's 65th birthday quietly rather than through a public event. While the family has not officially confirmed the details, reports suggest his focus was not on creating headlines, but on spending meaningful time, reflecting on the woman who shaped his life. But that was only part of the story. The detail that touched so many royal watchers involved the next generation. For years, William has spoken about wanting his children to know Granny Diana, rather than allowing her to become only a historical figure. He has reportedly shared family photographs, personal memories, and stories about the kindness that made Diana so extraordinary. This birthday reportedly became another opportunity to continue those conversations. One detail drew particular attention: Princess Charlotte. Charlotte not only carries Diana's name, but according to reports, she has reached an age where she is beginning to ask questions about the grandmother she never met. William is said to have answered those questions with simple family stories rather than royal history, helping his daughter understand Diana as a loving mother and grandmother rather than just a global icon. That quiet moment may have become the most meaningful tribute of all. There were no speeches, no official ceremony, just a father passing treasured memories to his children. For many people, that represented something much larger than a birthday. It marked a quiet passing of responsibility. For decades, Princess Diana's story belonged to public memory. Today, it increasingly belongs to the family determined to keep her spirit alive. William's charitable work on homelessness, mental health, and community service continues to reflect many of the values Diana taught him. In many ways, her influence lives on not only through history books, but through the examples she left for her children. As the day came to an end, there were still no dramatic announcements from the palace, but perhaps none were needed. Sometimes, the most powerful tributes happen in private. Sometimes the greatest legacy is not preserved through monuments or official statements, but through stories shared between generations. A mother remembered by her son, a grandmother introduced to children who never had the chance to know her. Whether every reported detail surrounding this birthday is confirmed or not, one truth remains clear. Princess Diana's legacy continues to inspire millions around the world. And for Prince William, remembering her has never been about public attention. It has always been about protecting the compassion, kindness, and humanity she stood for. A woman who never reached her 65th birthday continues to shape lives decades after her passing. And perhaps that is the most remarkable tribute of all, not that the world still remembers Princess Diana, but that her family is ensuring future generations will remember her too.